These snow-covered peaks are part of the Himalayas, a mountain range that stretches for miles across Asia, forming the highest mountain peaks in the world. Can you guess what happens to the snow on these peaks as it melts? That's right, the snow turns into water and travels down the mountainsides to form rivers in the valleys below. Water from the melting snows of the Himalayas combines with heavy spring rains, which fills rivers and causes them to regularly overflow their banks. Fertile soil, or soil that is good for growing food from the river's beds, spreads out over nearby fields. As the water floods the valleys, it leaves behind this nutrient-rich soil, perfect for growing crops. Let's act out this process. We're going to pretend to be the snow-covered peaks of the Himalayas. Let's all stand tall with our hands above our heads, fingertips touching like the peaks of the Himalayas. Now let's be the melting snow rushing into the river. Everyone move your hands toward the floor and make a whooshing sound to represent the melting snow, the water flowing over the riverbanks, and the fertile soil left on the land around the river. Great civilizations all around the world have sprung up in river valleys. Taking advantage of the rich, fertile soil in these valleys, people learned to grow their own crops. Because of this, people began to stay in one place instead of constantly moving in search of food. Beneath the Himalayan mountains in Asia, along the banks of the mighty Indus River, one such civilization was born. Every year, snow from the Himalayas melts. The water from the melting snow and heavy spring rains floods the Indus River, leaving rich soil on the land around the river. More than 4,000 years ago, people spread out across the Indus River Valley. Taking advantage of the rich soil, they settled near the river and began to cultivate, or grow and take care of, wheat and barley, peas, dates, melons, and bananas. These people knew that if they wanted to live near the river, they would have to control the floodwaters. They developed ways to control the rising waters by building irrigation canals to hold some of the water back and to release some of the water into the fields when needed. As their communities grew, these people worked together to plan and build permanent cities by the river. An irrigation canal is a ditch cut into the earth that directs water to needed areas. There were many permanent cities by the Indus River. Not so very long ago, archaeologists uncovered Mohenjo-Daro, one of the most thriving cities of the ancient Indus River Valley. A city enclosed by brick walls, Mohenjo-Daro was designed in a square, grid-like pattern. The citadel, the fortress or protected area at the city's center, housed its leaders, priests who were members of the ruling class that performed both religious and governmental duties. Beyond the citadel, spreading out in all directions of the city, a web of roads led to the homes of countless workers. Everyone had a job to do. Some farmed the land outside the city walls, some made bricks from the river's muddy soil, and others fashioned these baked bricks into buildings. Other people in the Indus River Valley had other jobs. For example, fine craftsmen designed jewelry and distinctive stone seals carved with pictures of buffalo, elephants, and tigers, a form of riding. Archaeologists uncovered many of these stone seals, but they are not sure of the purpose of the seals. And all over the city, merchants bought and sold their wares, or goods they made to sell, such as pottery, jewelry, or bread. The city's wide streets, lined with flat-topped brick buildings, were easy for their common bull carts to navigate. The city of Mohenjo-Daro was part of the Indus River Valley civilization. We say that certain groups have a civilization when they have cities with large buildings, a division of labor, meaning everyone has a certain job to do, and some form of writing, to name a few things. The city of Mohenjo-Daro had all of these things. In the next lesson, you will hear what it might have been like to live in the city of Mohenjo-Daro, a part of the Indus River Valley civilization.